Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there we've got some passion and some creativity. This is the Strength card, also called Lust in the Thoth Tarot. I feel like you are a very fiery person right now. I feel like you are charged up. And I feel that you're maybe feeling more social than usual, you know? I feel like something's really got you excited. I feel like you're full of passion and charisma and charm. I feel like, I don't know, Sagittarius, I feel like you're kind of the life of the party right now. You know, I feel that people are drawn to you like moths to the fire, you know. I feel that you are magnetic and you have such a charisma about you that people want to be around you. I think there's a lot of light and a lot of heat in your life, and I think that you know, it's really, it's a warm kind of thing. I don't know if you're having people over at your house and you're able to make everybody feel comfortable. You make everybody feel safe. I feel like you really have that kind of life force that's just other people are noticing, you know. I feel like your confidence has been on the rise. Something's been making you feel a little bit more intense about life, you know, and maybe you're doing more sort of physical activity. Maybe you've been moving more, exercising, dancing, more creation. I feel like your sense of humor has been kind of on point lately too, yeah? I just feel like you're in a really good mood. Let's put that into some context and let's see what's going on here. Here we have the Two of Swords. That's peace, man, that's peace of mind. Six of Cups, that's community, that's family. That's, Emperor, that's boss energy, yeah? The Nine of Wands, strength, purpose, commitment. This is beautiful. You've got a lot of good energy here, wow. And we have now a Knight of Swords. We have the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, holy cow. Okay, I wonder if there is a decision pending in your life right now. There's a commitment that you're considering making. Going forward for you, the way forward is for you to say, heck yes, 1,000% to something. Okay? I feel like you're securing the deal, the marriage, the business deal, the partnership. This union is happening. Okay? I feel like you've already chosen it, actually. And I feel like it's something that is, it's got you really excited. It's got you really enthusiastic. Anyway, this doesn't have to be romance though, okay? So put your pitchforks away. It could be. It could be. But it's a choice, okay? It's a decision that is aligning with your purpose and aligning with your spirit. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Let's look around the room here. This is crazy. We see this fire, and this union with this Lover's card, right? We've got the authority, we've got the courage, and we've got the commitment. Okay? We've got the boss, we've got the strength, and we've got the heck yes, we've got the wedding here. Okay? So really good major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a divinely, an opportunity or a situation that's been brought to you by Spirit. Okay? Spirit has put something on your path for you. And I think you're saying yes to it. I think that really, like, if you feel this passionately about it, you feel excited, you feel enthusiastic, you feel charged up by it, then just commit to it. Say yes, long term, do it. This is going to expand your life. This is going to profit you in ways that you've never even dreamed. This could be a romantic thing, yes. It could be a business opportunity. It could be a creative venture. It could be a collaboration. It could be, it could be a new destination. It could be a trip. It could be some kind of travel. It could be a new career, new job, a new investment. Basically, the cards are saying if you feel this excited by it, if you feel this passion, if you feel this lust and this love and this strength and this appetite for it, then do it. Say yes. Lock it in. Yeah. Don't let it go. Don't let it get away from you. This is that intensity. Okay? This is that desire that you feel. Yeah. You don't have to shrink to this. You don't have to tame this. You don't want this lion to be domesticated into a little kitty cat. No, it's a lion. Take that brave step here. Your instincts are really on point. Okay? And strength is your desire brought into consciousness and directed with care. Lead with your fire. Your passion right now is showing you the path. Move toward what feels truly alive in your life. So I like that we have this string of major arcana cards here anyway. Because it's really you with that discipline and knowing that this excitement, this enthusiasm is not steering you in the wrong direction. Like, you have the ability to sort of control this life force and direct it toward that long-term commitment. Okay? I'm really happy we have the Emperor back here. The next card for you is this Two of Swords. Not trying to overthink it. This is mental peace. This is peace of mind. This is the card that's saying you're going to sleep like a baby tonight. And why is that? Because you're not confused about anything. You're not like, your mind is balanced. Yeah? And you are kind of intuitively, instinctually choosing the path. It's not a math problem. There's really no calculation that needs to be done. That's why one reason why our Seven of Swords is over here. So you're not debating anything. Okay? You are, you're listening to that passion, and you're understanding that you have the strength, you have the focus, you have the discipline to channel that really intense desire and hunger toward the right thing and to follow through with it. And you've got the right stuff, basically. Okay. So you're not going to debate with yourself about it. There's peace of mind here because you've chosen intentionally, and your mind doesn't have to worry about it. It's kind of like when there's a pending decision to be made, then it's like we're stressed out, we're losing sleep, we keep thinking about it, and it's stressful. But once you make the decision, poof, problem solved. It's gone. Now I can sleep like a baby because I've already decided. Okay? So I feel like this is that way of choosing. Now, of course, it is something that you have to think logically about. And see, that's the Two of Swords. It's not necessarily the decision, but it's how you're making the decision. How you are coming to this. I mean, this is the choice. This is the decision. This is you saying, heck yes, 1,000%. How do you arrive at this decision? Well, first, with the Two Swords, you think about it. You weigh the pros and cons. You know, you're going to give kind of equal voice to both sides of this. You know, both sides of the issue. Good reasons to say yes, good reasons to say no. How are we going to... Let's have that conversation with ourselves. But see, with the Two of Swords, we're reminded that thoughts multiply thoughts. You know, it's a big multiplication sign, right? Thoughts beget thoughts. So we think, you know, we think twice, then we think 4 times, then we think 16 times, and then, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And at some point we have to stop thinking about it. Because your mind will calculate and calculate and calculate, and, you know, infinitely, and never really come to a mathematically certain conclusion about anything. The mind, you know, the mind will sometimes convince you of your bias. And so at some point we have to use this Two of Swords as a big stop, right? A big stop sign. Stop thinking. Trust the intuition. So this is really about the cooperation between your logical thinking and your critical reasoning and your intuition, and how they work together to lead you to that heck yes, 1,000% yes decision. So this is the way forward for you. Think about it. Write it down. Stress yourself out with all the thoughts and all the debates, and then stop and just ask what does my heart say? What does my heart want? You know? In the quiet stillness of my mind, what do I want? And that's going to bring you the right answer. So anyway, it's a combination between that, yeah. You also have this Six of Cups down here. Pleasure. You're someone with a lot of, like, I don't know, I feel like you've got a really like a family vibe right now. You've got such a, like, you're that lion and you've got your pride with you. That you have this energy that's like protecting everybody and keeping everybody safe, and everybody feels just kind of warm and fuzzy when they're in your company, you know? And this is that card of pleasure and comfort. Okay? This is the card of family and community. And this is the simple pleasures in life. And I think that you're kind of a simple person in that way. Like, you can appreciate just like a cup of tea or like a hot shower. It's just like it feels like everything, you know. And I think you are very playful in your life right now, very, very humorous. And I think that you got a bit of a sweet tooth, don't you? Yeah. And I don't think not always, but right now, it's just the sweets are just hitting a little bit different. And music, I feel like a lot of you have been listening to music more lately. Like, you took a break from music, and now it's kind of like it's coming back. It's coming back into your life, you know. When you're with this person, place, or thing, whatever it is you're choosing, this is you saying yes to it. Whatever that is that you're going to say yes to, I think that you've already said yes to. It's something with which you feel very safe. You feel very connected with it. Your heart resonates with it. Basically, that's the gist of that, you know. It feels familiar and comfortable. It feels safe for you. And it feels like it connects with you on a deep level. And I think that's how you know that it's really meant for you. You're really resonating with something right now. And you should let yourself enjoy that. You should lock it in. Commit to it. Okay, whether this is romance, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Do it. Okay, lock that in. Don't let this go. Whatever this is in your life, it could be a new hobby, a habit. It could be a person, a place, a thing. It could be a pet. It could be a particular path that you want to travel. It feels, and even let's say this is a new person in your life. It feels as if you've known them before. Because sometimes this is the card of memory. Okay? This doesn't mean, oh, this is someone from your past coming back into your life. No. No, they're in the past for a reason. They can stay back there, okay? No, but this is something new presently in your life that is kind of reminding you what it feels like to feel love and safety and security. You know what I mean? So it feels kind of nostalgic because it's like, oh yeah, that's what love and warmth feel like. This is a very positive, emotional connection that you have with this new thing that is reminding you of something from the past, in that way. So it is the memory. It's something that feels familiar. It's something that feels like, just feels like real, true, safe, and stable love. Feels like resonance. Okay. In a way, it's kind of like, it's something that reminds you of a joy that you've known before. Or reminds you that you've known joy before. If that makes sense. Either way, lock it in, right? This is meant for you, whatever it might be. This is something to commit to, okay? This is extraordinary. This is powerful. Really powerful. And the Emperor back here, this is a very serious card, right? I kind of feel that there is a difference, obviously, between the Lust card and the Emperor. The Emperor is kind of the one that is structured, very authoritarian, has boundaries, trying to keep order, trying to make a plan for my time, effort, energy, money, and space, boundaries, really serious, really like, let's get to work, let's work hard kind of energy. It may be that this situation is, the current situation, might be one where you've had to step up and sort of take charge of something or be the leader of something somewhere, right? Like you got a promotion or you had to step into a leadership role, and it may be one where now it's like you kind of like it. You feel like this is home. This feels good. There's a joy there, It's pleasurable for you. And so, yeah, it's kind of like saying, lock in, commit to it, keep it. This is for you. Definitely, I kind of feel like for some of you, this is a period of time where you didn't have much sense of humor, where you didn't really let yourself have the appetite and do the things that made you feel good. It was a very strict and very disciplined season for you, And maybe this is really like, it was a lot of hard work, and now you get to reap the rewards of that hard work. And so now it's kind of like you've worked your way up to a particular position or toward a particular goal that now you can, now you can feel all of that joy. That with the Emperor, we have a tendency to be a little bit too utilitarian. And sometimes joy is just not practical, But now we're letting ourselves have an appetite, okay? And we're in a kind of a new alignment here. So whatever that Emperor sort of represents for you, I feel like there is really a strong sense of you owning your life and taking responsibility for your life and leading your life forward, and still having boundaries. Of course, and still having boundaries with yourself, knowing limits. We don't want the Lust card to go to any kind of great excess. So we're keeping a discipline, nevertheless, a calm authority. Yeah. And I think, building something that's going to last. Yeah, your life itself is asking for your leadership. So I think that this is another consideration. Is this choice, is it a responsible choice? Is this a choice that is going to still be around 6 months from now? Because the passion here of the lust card, this is like, I don't care if it's going to be around in 6 months. I'm hungry now. I want to eat the food now. But the emperor has to kind of say, okay, hang on a second. It may feel good to eat it now, but are we still going to want to eat it in 6 months from now? Like, we're kind of like, we need that voice of reason. We need the adult to come into the room and say, okay, yeah, that's fun and all, but, is it something that we want to do long term? And I think that, again, that's part of your consideration. The answer is yes. So there's a lot of things, and it all centers around this Two of Swords. We have to ask a lot of questions. One, does it feel good to do it? Are you hungry? Does it excite you? Yes? Okay, that's one point in the heck yes bucket. Does it feel like it resonates with your soul? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel safe? Does it feel like home? Yes? Okay, another point in the heck yes bucket. Is this something that long term you can see, you can see the way this would, this can play out over the long term? Yes? Okay, another point in the heck yes bucket. And now the nine of swords we'll talk about too. Does this feel like something that you can endure when it gets difficult, as it inevitably will? Are you going to be resilient enough to stick with it, or are you just going to break at the first sign of trouble? Are you strong enough to do it for the long haul? Yes? Okay, another point in the heck yes bucket, you see. And so that's all about this Two of Swords, asking ourselves all these questions. And that's why the Two of Swords is right here in the middle, and saying, what about this, what about this, what about this, what about this? If we get 3 out of the 4, I don't know, does it have to be unanimous? Or is it majority rules? Or, what's going on here? We kind of have that problem there. It could be a split 50-50, But no, I think that you're answering yes to all of these questions. I think it has to be unanimous. And if it is, then you commit to this thing fully. You don't have any reservations. Right now we're thinking, well, I don't know, let me figure it out. Maybe you're being offered a promotion, or there's a prospect on the table for you, or there's some situation or relationship or something like this. Maybe it's an opportunity for travel or whatever. And this Two of Swords is you asking yourself all of these questions before you make that decision. So this is the strength question, right? Are you going to want to do it even when you're tired? Are you still going to be there? Are you going to be willing to protect this even when you feel discouraged? When you're feeling the intense pressure, are you still going to be willing to do it? When you're facing challenges, when you're having to weather the storm, are you going to be flexible, or are you going to snap in half like a twig? Okay, so you're asking that question of yourself. Can I sort of stand up to the pressure? If I commit to this, am I really going to commit? I feel like you're somebody, when you commit to something, when you give your word, when you make a promise, it really takes an act of God to get you to break your promise. Okay? And so that's the question that we ask with this card. Can I do this? And is this something that I feel like I'm capable of doing for the long term? Or is this just something that, my belly is hungry for it now, but if it becomes a chore, I don't want it that bad. If it becomes too much work to secure that food, the lion's going to go look for some easier prey. You know what I mean? And so that's the question that we ask with this card. And then, of course, when we can say yes to perhaps all or most of these questions, we get the Lover's card, and this is a heck yes choice. This is you saying heck yes to something because it really truly aligns with you. And now we've seen that thought process of how do you know when something aligns with you? You ask yourself the frickin' questions, Sagittarius. Okay? So, take a snapshot of this spread, because this is exactly what we're going to need. Okay. Now, of course, if we had some pentacles, we could ask some other questions like, can I afford this? But I don't think that is really a consideration. It's interesting that we don't have any pentacles. I think the reason for that is that it doesn't matter what this is. This same thought process, I guess, this same analysis can be applied to any choice you have to make in your life ever. Literally anything. Okay? And the Lover's card is that choice. The union. Okay? It's the meaningful choice. You have to make a decision. Is this the option that really reflects who you want to be in your life? Okay? This is a card that's saying you've been kind of thinking about the future of this particular relationship, whether it's with a person, a place, or a thing. It doesn't matter. The future of that. There's a choice that's on your mind here. Okay? And you're having this honest conversation with yourself, like, does it feel comfortable? Do I feel like home? Do I feel a joy? Am I excited by this? Do I light up when they enter the room? Can I see the long-term, the long-term life here? Do I feel like I can build something with this, like that's stable and secure and long-term? And can I weather the storms when there will inevitably be a storm? And then you're saying yes. You're saying, heck yes, 1,000%. You're choosing based on your values and your honest assessment of things. You're not choosing from fear. You're not running away. You're not shrinking from this. You're not trying to dodge this choice. It's a meaningful choice for a union. It's whether you're going to take the job. It's whether you're going to get into that long-term marriage or partnership or friendship, or whether you're going to commit to doing the jiu-jitsu classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. And that's the choice. And I feel like it's a yes, honestly. Now, Sagittarius, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It really is the best way to support the channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it makes me very, very happy and makes me feel secure in what I do, and I appreciate that. I hope that in this crazy world of ours, I hope that this channel gives you a little bit of a Six of Cups vibe. I hope it feels like home to you, and I hope that you feel the sense of community that we're trying to cultivate here. Okay? And especially now in this world where we don't even know what's real anymore. I want this to be a place where you can just come, you can get some human connection, and we can just have a chat and we can hang out, and it doesn't even matter if this is your sign or not. Okay? I just like having these conversations with you, and I appreciate you being here. Okay? Anyway. General energy now is this Knight of Swords. Because you've done the legwork on the path of the dove, you can now feel comfortable leaping in headfirst to something, just diving right in. This Knight of Swords is charging headfirst into something, and is kind of like figuring out the plan as we go. We know that we're going to need a budget, a schedule, and a blueprint. But that's not going to hold us back, right? So this is leadership. This is decisive action. Yeah. This is you taking command of the situation and making that firm decision and communicating it clearly. Okay? And this is, you've done all the second guessing ahead of time. So now when you're confronted with that other entity or that situation or that opportunity, you're not going to look unsure. You're going to look like you made up your mind like that quick, just boom. Because you've done all the doubts already. You've second guessed yourself already a bunch, and then you've listened to your intuition. And so there are no distractions. You're able to react quickly. You're leading with integrity. You're leading as someone that I'm confident in my choice. I'm confident in my path forward now. And you're not going to sit there and be like, yeah, let's do it. And it's kind of like, you're not too sure, are you? So you're doing all that stuff before, okay, ahead of time. You are the clear-headed leader. And this is you acting like it, a mature intellect. Yeah, leading with a clear mind, leading with a peaceful mind, a sober-minded, level-headed, peaceful mind. And that's how you're leading. And of course, you know that you're going to have to develop. See, the knight is always looking at the future. Looking at the future and thinking, okay, we're going to have to set up a plan, a system, a structure. I need a budget. I need a timetable, schedules. I need a blueprint. We still need all that stuff, okay? So in other words, we're beginning something even though there isn't a clear, guaranteed path ahead of us yet. That's what we're going to have to, that's kind of like why we're here, because we're going to have to do that. And maybe you're being asked to start a business or set up a process or establish some kind of like operational kind of system for a company or something like this. You know what I mean? Or you're coming in to like to restructure something, or like you're a consultant maybe, I don't know. But it might be that relationship too. It might be that you want to commit to this and you're going to say yes to it and know that we're going to have to work out the details as we go. Yeah. Now part of that is, of course, your high priestess. There are things still that you don't know. There are things about this other person that you don't know. There are things that are hidden from you. And that's going to have to be okay. That's going to test each and every one of these questions that you already asked yourself. When you find out some new things, when you find out the other person's secrets, or when you've agreed to take over the department, but then you get there, and every day you're there, you start uncovering more and more messes and more secrets and more things that have been hidden under the rug. That's going to test your commitment. So the unknown factor, that factor infinite and unknown, is really going to be the biggest kind of thing. It's like when you are, because we can ask ourselves all these questions on the path of the dove, right, which we did. The one question we can't really ask is we don't know the question. When you're confronted with this, are you going to stick around? We don't know what this is, right? This is the mystery. Okay, this is the answer that will be revealed to you as you go. Okay, this is the hidden information that's slowly going to be revealed. These are the factors infinite and unknown. So there will be something about this situation that you couldn't have predicted beforehand. It's the variable. And every situation will have one, that's why this spread can apply to any decision you have to make in your life, across the board. Come back to this video the next time you have a decision to make. Because you have to be aware that whatever situation it is, once you get there, something is going to say, surprise, you didn't know I was here, but here I am. Can you handle me now? Whether this is the person that you're with, they're going to have secrets. There are going to be things that you learn about them that will challenge your commitment. There will be things about this job that you didn't know were going to be there. Okay? You said, oh, yeah, heck yes, I'll take that job. You get there, and it's just the paperwork is a mess. You get there, and it's just like all the accounting is just all upside down. It's like, oh, great. You didn't tell me I'd have to figure out your accounting. You didn't tell me I'd have to fix your books, Well, that's the job, right? And so we have to be prepared for that. How do you prepare for the unexpected, How do you prepare for something that we don't know what it even is? You follow our intuition here. You gotta follow your gut, okay? That you have to be aware of that unknown factor. You've got to listen inward and let your soul guide you. And I think that you do. I think you really trust your intuition here. This is the widening of the psychic aperture, the opening of the third eye, the waxing of the moon. Okay? That little moon that's up here. Because the Two of Swords, remember, is telling us that we can We can analyze and debate and think about something until the cows come home. But at the end of the day, we're just going to have to trust our intuition, because you can't. The only way to get an accurate calculation is if you knew all of the data, but you can't. It's impossible. The intellect will fail you always at a certain point, because it cannot possibly know every fact, every number that needs to go into the calculation. That's what this card is. And that's why this is that intuition. This is that little crescent moon at the top of that card. It's saying there are things that are going to be revealed to us that are going to challenge everything we thought we knew, and that's going to have to just be okay. All right. Now, the next card in the position of the worry, the fear, is the Seven of Swords, because this is doubt. This is distraction. This is self-doubt. This is, this is even criticism. Okay, this is opinions of others. And this is, this is something that we should have, I think, kind of gotten over already. This is like, this is something that we deal with over here. Okay, because this is scattered thinking, doubt. This is too many choices even. We need to clarify what we want. Okay, we need to question everything here, and not after the fact. Get all your doubts out of, get all your questioning, and really it's questioning like, is this worth it? Is the effort worth it? And that's what the lion has to determine, right? You ever watch those videos of the lions on like the nature channels? And the lion, you can see in their head, they're kind of calculating, is it worth the energy for me to run after that animal and get something to eat or not? So you can kind of see the lion like calculating the speed and the distance of that gazelle and thinking, is it worth it? What's the likelihood I'll catch it? And am I going to get enough calories coming in that's going to justify the calories that are going to go out? And you can kind of see the lion doing the math on those shows, And so with the Seven of Swords, we're sort of asking that question, is it worth it? Is it worth the effort? The thing is, we should have gotten all these thoughts done already. We should have already asked those questions. Okay? And I think the more we explore our hidden fears, our agendas, our habits, and we really take a good look at ourselves, the more prepared we'll be to turn this commitment into everything that it possibly can be. Don't divide yourself against yourself. Get all these questions out of the way, because once you make that decision, we want to ride that wheel of fortune. Okay? And the Seven of Swords is, maybe even like, once you make this decision, don't reopen up the questions. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain people in your life that maybe you just don't want to talk to them about it, because you know that they'll start feeding you those questions again, and then you'll be like, well, yeah, I didn't think about that. And then pretty soon we're doubting ourselves again. You know what I mean? So let's not do that. So if there are people in your life that will sort of open up that can of worms again, let's just stop. Because once we decide, we need to be at peace with our choice. And if that means boundaries, if that means I'm not going to talk about it with certain people, fine. Because we don't want anything to plant that seed of doubt in our head again. And then we're losing sleep at night because now we're questioning our choice kind of retroactively. Once we choose here, we choose. The Wheel of Fortune, change, okay? This is an opportunity for you to expand your life, to build something larger. This is Jupiter energy. It's profit. It's prosperity. Okay? This is a stroke of luck. This is divine timing. And now this is momentum building. Something is turning in your favor. The question you're asking is, how do I cooperate with this? How do I make this work for me? Am I ready to engage with this? Am I ready to commit with this opportunity? Spirit has put a person, place, or thing on your path when and where you needed it. It's up to you to choose it and engage it and unite with that opportunity. Spirit has put you in the right place at the right time. It's up to you to go through that door. It's up to you to commit. Okay? You got to work with the wheel of fortune, not against it. So I think your luck is changing. I think that this is a commitment that is going to expand your life in ways that you never thought possible. I feel like it's changing the course of your destiny. Okay? That's how powerful this thing is. I don't know what it is even. It doesn't matter what it is. But if you commit to something in this manner, the way we've been describing, whatever this choice is going to change the course of your life for the better. But only if you can answer all these questions in the affirmative. I think the more questions you can answer positively, the more likely, or let's say the larger this profit will be. It's like your profit margin will get bigger the more yeses, the more positive answers we give to any of these cards. The greater this expansion will be for you. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe this will be Pentacles, maybe the Empress, maybe the Temperance card. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's take a look. Eight of Wands. Yeah, we've got to make a decision quick. That's kind of the problem here, is that we're taking some time we took 45 minutes now to go through all these questions. And maybe it's, maybe now it's just kind of like, we've got to make the decision quickly. Do all your doubting ahead of time. Ask all the questions, get all those doubts out of the way, and then commit. Because once you commit, things are going to happen fast. Something's going to speed up. Things are going to move very, very quickly. Okay? You make that clear decision. Don't hesitate endlessly here. Go through the thought process and then trust the intuition, because remember, your thoughts, your logic does not know all of the data, does not have all of the facts, because it is impossible to do so. So at the end of the day, you got to just trust your gut. You got to. And do it sooner rather than later. Yeah, move with the current. That Wheel of Fortune is giving you the green light. This is a green light kind of energy too. It's saying put everything you have into it. Don't hold anything back. Get to that point where you say, heck yes, 1,000%. And then every fiber of your being is aimed toward that thing. And it will reward you in glorious ways, I promise you. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. Sagittarius, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay? Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.